Yeah, I think that was a quite funny video that came out, was the DJ Khaled Ashton Halvett.
It was.
Yeah. Somebody was like, DJ Khaled's been working out on Snapchat for 5 fucking years now. He's only gotten bigger.
Has he? Oh,
Dude.
no.
Dude, all I remember, one of the funniest fucking DJ Khaled videos I remember is he's like with his wife gassing her up, and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me! Shut the fuck up."
You've seen way more DJ Khaled content than I have.
Dude,
I feel like I've barely seen shit.
I used to like regularly watch the Snapchat stories.
Is he one of those ones? I feel like most influencers are like this though, because they get paid off Snapchat, where you click it and it's just like periods.
Oh,
so
yeah.
many fucking stories.
It was tiny.
Bro.
I think at one point they just stopped putting them there.
I'm like, are you paying your rent on Snapchat? But they put so many fucking ads in there.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Hey.
It's
get your bag.
Yeah. I mean, if they're gonna pay for it, might as well.
Yeah. It must be good if even like DJ Khaled's doing it. Like, I'm sure he's fine with money. Maybe he's just a shit poster though.
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah.
He'd definitely be out here shit posting.
I mean, getting paid to shit post, that's
the dream, dude.
That's
yeah.
the fucking dream, dude.
That's how I was feeling yesterday when I fired off that tweet. I was like, this is gonna be my viral moment.
You cooked with that.
I was so ready.
Cooked to the point where I was nervous.
I know.
I was like, I gotta ask him about this.
It was so good that she actually thought I was dead ass.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to blow up, and then me just like, top comment, a link to the pod.
Ooh,
I was like, well, you're fucking here. Here's more of me saying bullshit.
While you're here.
Yeah. No, I did have that concern when I posted that. Because that people would actually think I was getting into some
I walked in here like Corbin's mom.
Stuff.
I
Yeah,
was like,
dude.
we need to talk about your tweet.
She was ready to rip my ass apart, dude. I said it was a bit.
I was joking. No, I just wanted the tea. I thought there was gonna be tea there, so I got no fucking tea this morning.
Oh, I'll give you some tea. Not on here.
We just digged around. Usually we get into tea sesh before the pod. Get it all out of our system before we spill something live.
See, my thing, I just don't know where to start. Plus, I feel like the big one I texted you about on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I was like, what's the...
Now I have to fight somebody.
What's the point?
No, I'm kidding.
No, I've got inside sources, bro.
You're going to flip to fucking manipulate the insiders. That's so jokes. Corbin's playing the long. It's all mental. Dude,
yeah,
these bottles suck. Not to talk shit about Just, but I can't even close these fucking things.
Dude, I saw a boxed Dasani the other day.
What the
fuck? A Dasani box.
I guess I can't hate because better for the environment, but did it look cool?
It wasn't the worst design. It was sleek. I'll tell you what, on the topic of water, Arkansas's water, I don't know if it's just because I think
they just turned the lake.
I think they just turned the lake.
I tasted it the other day.
Which is so hilariously unfortunate timing-wise because I was just up in Michigan and I love their tap water.
Mm.
Love Michigan tap water. I drink so much. Like, out of any sink I can get it, I'll drink the water. Unless I'm in Flint. No water in Flint.
No comment.
I mean, it is what it is.
Hey.
What's there to comment on at this point?
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
But I get back, and throughout the week, I was just noticing. I was like, I think the lake's turned.
Yeah.
It's like this water tastes lakey, bro.
But I was trying to think of timeline. I thought they did it twice a year. Do they do it again in like
I don't know.
September? Because the first time I visited here, I was like, man, this water tastes like dirt.
And then you let it go a little bit, and you're like, oh, this is not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes earthy. So
It's,
like compared to Vegas water, I was like, this tastes like real water. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like if I just like scooped water out of the bottom of a creek bed and let all the like silt drain out of my hands and then licked my hands.
It's what I imagine those Life water straws would taste like.
You know, that's actually probably a pretty close comparison.
You're probably still gonna get the flavor, but it's like clean.
Yeah. I've never used one of the straws just by itself. I had a water bottle one time that like the straw was built into it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that would stress me out. Because you can see all the murkiness.
It did.
And it filters when you suck it.
It was on like a big long hiking trip. So we had these like pills that we had to put in our water to like
Molly.
clean it. Would have been quite the hike.
You're just rolling.
That would have been quite the hike. No, it was like
Season.
sterilization pills. We just had to like put them in our water and like shake it about and then like bleed a little bit out.
Wow.
And I was low key more nervous about that than I was using the life straw.
Actual filter. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this little chemical pill does.
That's true. So then you were still getting like the dirty water, but it was something to like neutralize it in your body.
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm not a scientist.
I am no
That's kinda
scientist.
crazy, though.
I'm also no mathist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Water makes me nervous.
I love water.
I love water, but that's going to be the thing that we're going to start killing each other over when the planet goes to shit.
It's clean water.
Clean water.
Yeah.
That's like one of the first things I write when I do gratitude.
That's
I'm
honestly
grateful for clean water and like good food.
I think that's one of those like taken for granted ones. Because now that you say that, I'm like, I do need to be more like appreciative of having some clean water.
And showering. Like every time I just want to stand in the shower, just like be warm or just chill, I feel guilty.
Yo, no, actually, I feel that because as of late, I've gotten back into my routine of like finishing my showers with a cold shower.
Yeah, I need to get back on that.
But I didn't the other day. Like where I normally would, I just didn't turn it down. And I sat in there just standing, doing absolutely fucking nothing.
Right.
And I was like, this is so nice.
It is nice.
But then I was like, what am I doing though? Like what? Like I could be like doing things.
I'm always like, I could do whatever I'm doing in here just outside of the shower and not waste water.
Yeah.
If I want to stand and just think, like, why do I feel the need to do
That's
it?
what I do
fucking
all day.
Wasting clean water.
And then honestly, my thinking's less productive because I'm like, cozy. I should cancel all my plans and nap. After texting 15 different people just to make sure I've got plans for the evening.
Said,
Gotta line everybody up. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, guys.
Ooh, yeah.
It's nap time.
Actually, I'm gonna nap.
Yeah.
That's a power move.
I wish I liked napping more.
Me too. I can only do it. I think we talked about this, like when my body's like about to shut down. That's the only time I can do it. If I'm like kind of tired, I'm just gonna wait it out.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were talking to me about napping for like 15-minute increments. And I was like, that's how long it takes me to go to sleep.
I do love a power nap.
I can't do it though.
A like 12-minute nap feels so fucking good.
I can't even imagine that. My naps just go on for hours.
Lit. I think scientifically like 20 minutes is the perfect power nap.
Interesting.
The hour-long naps they're hit or miss for me. I either wake up and I feel like death and still tired, or I just feel like I got a full night's rest and I'm fucking ready to kick it.
It's a very mixed bag for me as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, that's exactly what I needed. But other times, it's probably the most like delirious state I regularly find myself in is waking up from a bad nap.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
At midnight.
I'm dude, that's the worst feeling in the world.
Sleeping from 6 to 12.
Yeah, because you're like, fuck, what am I going to do? Like, I went to bed the other night at a pretty reasonable time, knowing I'd wake up early, and I did. It was 4 a.m., and I was like, I know I should just get out of bed right now, just because, like, the sleep was over. I forced myself to sleep more, and it was not a good decision. But it, like, when you do force yourself back, and it's good sleep, that hits.
That was me this morning.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, in my defense, Corbin and I we made loose plans to do.
They were poorly made plans.
It was very loose. We didn't know timing, but we thought maybe farmer's market, maybe pool. So when I wake up at 6 hearing thunder, I'm like, none of that shit's happening. So I can sleep until 10:30.
Okay, 6 o'clock is reasonable.
That was my thinking. And I really thought in my back in my sleep state that I responded to your text at 9. I think I saw that, and then I went back to bed again.
Well, because because we had talked briefly about it yesterday, and I was like, well, I haven't heard from her, so I don't know what the fuck the plan is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Thankfully, we didn't plan it too early, though, because I slept in today. I made it till 9.
Damn.
I was cooking.
Shit.
Yeah, it felt great. Granted, it felt less great because I went to bed hungry because I had beers. But, dude,
Beers.
I spent like 5 hours at Kingfish yesterday. Starting at 7.
God damn. God damn.
I got there and they had, dude, it was that beer I posted on my story, bro. It was so good.
The yellow
I'm
one?
thinking about it right now. Yes, it was so typically I love a summer shandy. So typically I'll do the Leinenkrugels, but this one was a Shiner, which I never had before, and it was so good. It was more lemonade-y than a Leinenkrugel. So I would need to do like a side by side.
This angle is
I described it as a girthy photo of beer.
It is. Like, it looks, the proportions, it looks giant.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
It was like, this is the vibe. Big, sweaty beers.
You nailed it. Not you posting the fucking cranberries on your story, dude. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was a vibe. I was working out this morning. I was like, this shit's hitting.
Guess what I did yesterday?
Good fucking Lord. Where do I start?
Well, we got a lot of shit to talk about because I got an e-bike and so much has happened.
Oh, okay.
Girl?
Did you go to court yesterday?
I got fucking sued. Okay, well, I heard... Okay, let me explain the whole fucking thing, and then you guys will tell me what you think.
Does this void the question about what you did yesterday? Or is this
there will be like
intertwined?
In addition, it's e-bike related. I was on like the busiest street in my town. And I was riding an e-bike back.
I'll let it slide because
it's my mom.
Yeah, I'll let it slide.
I forgot to put my phone on personal. Nobody fucking text me. I was on an e-bike with both an Apple and my phone in my hand. And this fucking e-bike went 20 miles an hour. So I'm like, I wasn't even pedaling that day. I was just cranking the fucking thing. And I think I was on my phone. I was just cranking it. So I think I was on my phone with this hand. I don't remember, but I had like an Apple and my phone in my hand. And this fucking old man turned so he came up behind me and then turned left in front of me, into this parking lot. And so, like, in his defense, I was on my phone and not paying attention. Like, if I'm going 20 on an e-bike, I should be looking around and on the busiest street and making sure that nobody's turning. But I heard that in Bentonville, like, all cyclists have, like, the right of way. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're a car and you hit a biker, it's their fault every single time. Because if you're coming up behind me and I'm on a bike, you should, like, you're aware. Like, you know if you pass
it's no different than looking to see if there's a pedestrian walking on a crosswalk before you turn.
And, like, he went past me, so he knows that I'm coming up.
A bike's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still this old dumb fuck's fault.
I hate to say it, but I'm definitely team you here.
Really? Even though I was on my phone? I think so, too. Because
at the end of the day, here's my standpoint. At the end of the day, he's in the larger, much more like dangerous vehicle that's moving a lot more weight.
I could fly off that fucking thing. He'd be fine.
And it's just common to like look before you turn.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody coming up, just don't turn yet.
Yeah. That's my thing is like, you passed me.
Plus,
know I'm coming.
Another weird like biking law. I don't know if it's NWA, Fayetteville, but like one of the cities, but I heard that cyclists, and this could be so false. I have no clue. I think I just heard this somewhere. I heard that cyclists have this weird exception that allows them to use red lights as a yield.
I believe that because...
Which I think is so stupid, bro.
I think I just grew up doing this with like my dad being a cyclist. And I think in every other state I've lived in, it's a thing. Cyclists have to stop at stop signs. Like you are like a car and you have to like...
You're an axled vehicle.
Yeah. So you just go with like the flow, which makes sense to me so that everybody kind of knows who's going when. But like... It's not a thing here. A cyclist is just allowed to blow through a stop sign, which I think is so dangerous.
Bro,
a lot of them yield just like to be safe.
Have so much power in Northwest Arkansas.
It's insane. So anyway,
it drives me insane, bro.
I was like, I've been laughing about this all fucking week because I'm fine. I had like one little scratch on my thumb. It wasn't even blood. Like I just dropped my phone. But so I didn't get hit by a car. I hit the fucking car, dude. I T-boned it, but I was like on my brake. I was like actively braking.
So you like saw. You were like, oh shit, I'm gonna hit this car.
I was like, I think I said, oh, you fuck. Because I love to call people like a fuck.
Same. It hits.
It's not like a dumb fuck. I was like, oh, you fuck. And I like slammed on the brakes and like skirt. But I still like didn't stop enough in time. And so when I said it to you and I was like, I just tapped it really hard and you were like, you bonked it. And I was like, that was a perfect descriptor. Because I literally was on my brake and I just went like, boom. Then,
dude,
like,
that's exactly what I envisioned. Just like the back wheel popping up a little
just
bit.
like
And
a
you just
little
been
bit. And I was like, boom.
Oh, shit.
And then I dropped my phone. I was like, I don't know. I was probably swearing. And I was like thrown off because I hit a fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Like it jostled me a little bit. And the old man was all fucked up, dude. He was like.
Pissed off?
No. I think he was like scared that he might have like hurt me or something. And I saw his car,
dude.
like it was fine. Because I hit like around his tire with my tire.
Mm.
The only thing that probably hit his car was my phone that I dropped. And so he was like all fucked up, like, oh my God, and like all this shit. And so he pulled like out the way of the sidewalk. And I don't know if he was like gonna get out to check his car or check on me. And I just I left.
You're
I
like,
was like,
I don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah. And then there was a guy coming this way walking his dog. So he like saw the whole thing. And then I like went past him like with my AirPods still on and just calling the guy like a dumb old fuck. I was like, you dumb old fuck. And I'm like,
I can just see you, bro, in like those black leather boots, and you're just on this fucking e-bike,
for
just
real.
hunched up, just
With my
swearing
fucking
with your
bag
AirPods on.
and my Apple. I didn't drop my Apple.
That
was gonna
be my next question, which is more impressive. You're just like, this dumb fucking idiot.
I was like, you dumb old fuck. I'm back at like 20 miles an hour already. I did. I cooked the rest of the way. So I learned just to be more vigilant when I'm on a fucking e-bike because, and then I almost did it again.
You gotta take that fucking
God,
e-bike
like,
from you,
I
bro. I
was
should have
looking-
taken you up on the offer when you offered it. We could have saved this whole fucking mess.
For real, because I was looking down at the speed like the next day, and then a fucking car was up there, and I fucking scared. And then I don't know.
You're like,
It's
I
just
can get this thing
dangerous,
over
bro.
20.
I did. I got like a fat tire one that goes like 25, bro.
Damn.
They cook. So anyway, we biked to Target. Dude, like Pinnacle.
Nice. Did you?
But I had the e-bike, so I like.
I was gonna say, did you make her just
This bitch. Oh my
like,
God.
yo, keep the fuck up, dude? What's taking you
Literally.
so?
Okay, because I had a beach cruiser before this that had no fucking gears. So anytime I would ride bikes with her, she'd like cook past me. And I would just be like huffing it in the back. And so now it's the opposite. And she did leg day, and then we
That's a long
rode, like,
ride,
12
too.
It was like 12 miles.
Yeah, it's insane.
We switched on the way back, but so that she could have the e-bike for like a mile. And I did like, I'd say at least 2 to 3 miles like manual because it is just a normal bike that has gears, which is nice. But then whenever you need to like
Turn it up.
yeah, then
That's
I
the
could just
max?
fucking cruise. That's the max. And then it started raining, so I was going like 25 with like just rain in my eyes,
Power
just, like,
sliding
laughing. I was
every
like,
corner.
It was insane, dude. So yeah, that's the biggest development in my life. I got a fucking e-bike.
Oh my god, what's the biggest development in my life? Damn, I already announced the moving of my furniture, so I can't use that.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
your washing machine. Summertime.
Summertime. 7 p.m. beers on a Friday. That's the biggest development in my life.
Fucking A.
It was so nice, dude.
That's
It was so nice.
That's a good development.
And
Did that
I
just
like,
spike from me doing that?
yeah.
I like clicked this little thing in. That might be loud as hell. Sorry.
Um,
That.
but also just like Kingfish is so lit with the lot. Like, there's always music,
I do.
which
like
is
that
my
place.
favorite part, because like having just sitting around, chit chatting with the boys, flirting with each other a little bit, and just ripping
it.
beer after Zin after beer after Zin.
Were you packing Zins?
Dude.
Were you being his influencer? last
Dude,
night?
bro. Dude, I think I did
Osama
more
Bin
Zins
Laden?
than I had beers.
You at least have to go 1 for 1, right? Keep it even.
Dude, my ratio was so fucked up because when I wasn't zinning, I was ripping darts.
Oh, Christ. How long does a Zin last?
I don't know. I wasn't timing it. Just wait until it didn't anymore.
Hey,
Took it out, drank a beer, started the cycle over again.
respect.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. My mouth was dry as fuck by the time I got home. I was so parched.
Ooh.
I had plenty of opportunities to get water because I tabbed out like a good couple hours before we ended up leaving. And I think I only had like 4 beers the whole time, so I was chilling. I just didn't have any water because I had broke the seal so early, and I was pissed off about pissing. I was like, I'm so sick of this.
Dude, I feel that. I feel that normally, even when I wasn't drunk. Anytime I have to pee, it feels like such an inconvenience if you're in the middle of something.
It really does. Did we say anything about episode 64?
No.
Welcome back. We're so happy to have you, and we genuinely do appreciate you so much.
We do.
Like,
I love you guys.
I don't think we've said that in a while, but we do. We care.
We love
keep an eye
doing
on
this, and we love when other people enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's like one of my favorite things is when we have stumbled upon someone's like YouTube suggested, and those comments where they're like, I just found this.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they had such a good time. I love that shit.
Somebody called it a hidden gem. And I was like,
oh, it hit my heart.
lit.
Yeah, I felt that one.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely want this to grow, but I feel like shit like that, like the beginning, like little growth and milestones are just going to hit harder than anything.
Oh my God. And this morning I was looking and I was like, just kind of like browsing through our YouTube. And one like thought that I had that hadn't clicked prior to this was how we're in such an interesting fashion going to get to watch ourselves grow over time. Because I was looking at some of our early episodes, and I was like, I just feel more grown up than I did then.
Wow. Yeah, I need to go back and watch them.
And it's such like an endearing feeling. Because it's almost like having a little like library of times in my life. And because especially all those moments where we had our little
I was like
under the table like moments.
Yeah.
Where not physically, like figuratively.
Y'all missed some of those under the table moments.
Clarify.
I was kicking Corbin in the nuts and seeing if he would react. That's what it was.
Yeah, bro. It was hell. I'm so glad I don't sit across from her anymore.
That's why you wanted to change the format, so I stopped fucking needing you.
Yeah, it was brutal. No, just all those little like unspoken jokes that we had.
Yeah.
That were like
when you
pretty
think about
contextless.
Our lives,
Yeah.
That's
like, holy shit. You remember when that was happening?
Dude, look at us now.
I think I'm still in the same spot.
I'm like, damn, I'm so far removed from that. You're like, I'm still here.
I am actually indeed back to that.
He's circling back.
Another one. What episode was that? Let us know.
Fuck, I don't even remember. That was such a good one.
That was such a good one. I think that was the title of it, though. So it shouldn't be hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. I actually thought to do it today. I was like, I need to look back at the past few thumbnails and make sure I don't repeat outfits too quickly. I'm an outfit repeater. I like wearing the shit that I know I like. But I was like, I want to have a couple episodes before I wear like damn near the same thing again.
That's valid. Dude, I wore those red corduroy pants out last night. Have you not seen those yet?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. I got some from Funky. I got some vintage red corduroy pants. And people were rocking with them. And this morning I had the thought, I was like, I was just ahead of the time because I was rocking corduroys in middle school and getting clowned for it. And I'm like, now everybody wants to wear some corduroys.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all just weren't, I was on the wave.
That's why fashion is stupid, bro.
And y'all did not get it. But that was also like the same years I was wearing like monochromatic outfits around my Nike Elites and Sperry's. So.
You're like, I was with the times. You're still dressing like shit.
Yeah, bro. Dude, no. So my like coming into dressing and the way I think about it now is so silly to me because for the longest time it was just the most senseless bullshit. I just put shit on. I was like top, bottom, shoes, good to go. And then at one point I had a good friend of mine and he was like, bro, you at least need to try to like match. And this was like middle school. This wasn't even like we're getting into high school and need to dress better. Like you just need to like at least match. And so in my head that was like monochromatic. Red pants, red shirt. That matches.
Yeah.
Or did like not have like a concept of like wearing a neutral with a color.
That's so funny though.
And so
You gotta learn.
that was just like through gym shorts, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants. And then from there I went to like a little preppier. It was like button ups and like no, that was post Sperry. Well, there was a little bit of Sperry time, but like I don't know, I don't really have a good example of any of the shoes anymore. Just not wearing like gym clothes every day. Like I got out of that, and then I went back to wearing comfy clothes every day because it was like my freshman year of college, and I was like, I'm not fucking dressing up for this, bro.
Yeah.
It's 7:30 in the morning. I that got to such a high point of comfort where I got to a portion of my freshman year of college where I was pulling up, hood up, beanie over the hood.
That's psychotic, dude. That's insane. I would be scared to walk by somebody on the street wearing that.
Dude, and I was so confidently wearing that shit.
Bro.
I was like, this shit is on right now.
That's insane.
And now here I am. I don't know how I got here.
Look at you now.
I think I just started thrifting, and I was like, gotta figure out something to do with this.
Holy shit, dude.
And then it just like spiraled, but like upwardly. An upward spiral, a cyclone, because it's ever expanding.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was like hella inspiring.
I appreciate that.
I've been hella inspired this week as a whole, actually.
Same. I've been feeling about it.
Right?
Something's
in the air.
Yeah. Something about life. Ooh.
Right?
It's shaking me to my bones right now, dude.
I feel it in my balls right now.
Something's tingling.
Maybe it's the recession.
Or maybe that's an itch.
Could be it too.
Yeah. Dude, my
brain is moving so fast right now.
About what?
I just like.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Too many things. No, I can't like pick one.
That's fair. I'll tell you what though, I love when you find new music, and then shortly after, they drop new music. Like you find a new artist, because that happened to me while I was traveling to Michigan. I came across this artist. I don't know how to say his name, or else I would on here. Because last time I said it to somebody, they laughed and they were like, "You just sound like somebody with an accent trying to say a normal word." And I was like, "Okay, fine, I won't say it." But the only disappointing thing was that like yesterday I got on my Spotify and it was like, "Hey, new EP from this person." I didn't even look at the track list. I just clicked on it, clicked play, and just let it go. And then the second song I recognized, and I was like, oh, okay, like he must have mixed this in. Then I skip, and it's literally a fucking EP I'd listened to before with one more song.
I hate that.
It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here?
Ew,
the one more song was good, but I was like, we didn't need to do a whole new EP for this. You got my hopes up.
That's that like music industry shit where they're like with TikTok where they started making like the sped up versions of everything and they would drop like a full like 4-track thing for one single. Dude, fuck that. Fuck the music industry.
To be fair, Taylor's been doing that shit a long, long time.
Yeah. She does just like to drop versions. Dude, didn't she do that to Charlie XCX recently? She dropped something so that Charlie would not get like a chart in the UK or something.
Well, I think it was when some artists, I think it was Charlie, some artists had just dropped like I think it was the Brat drop. Yeah. And Taylor came out with like 3 different versions of her most recent album. Mm-hmm. And they all took the top. And I was like, bro, that's so fucked.
That's so, yeah.
It's like a scared to lose your crown kind of thing.
Yeah. And I'm sure
like I gotta stay relevant.
I'm sure it's whatever label just being like, we gotta do this now. But shit annoys me.
Yeah. I love music, but sometimes it really, since you and I have talked about it, I've kind of thought more into it and how I feel about it regarding artists that drop single after single after single after single after single that just turns into an album. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's made me think a lot more about how I feel about that. And at first I was like, no, I like it because it's little tidbits and it gets you excited for the album. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, well, let me try to look at this from the other way. And I realized that it's just less of an album that you get to listen to when it does drop.
Yeah.
And I think it would be so fun for album drops not to be so discussed and more like a surprise.
Yes. That's the shit I like. Those two things. No singles and drop it out of nowhere. Because, yeah, then, like, I like albums. I'm an album listener.
Same.
Like, I like shuffling music in my car or whatever, but, like, usually I shuffle to then figure out what I want to listen to, and then I'll go listen to an entire album. Like, I just love, like, just that art form of, like, compiling a bunch of songs together to, like, tell a story and have, like, a journey or whatever. And so anytime there's singles, like, and you're already, like, you know, part of that whole, like, I don't know, the grouping and the entity, I just feel like it ruins the whole thing to me. Not ruins it, but it's like, okay, it just has, like, less of an impact because I've already heard half of your fucking album now.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when they drop it, like, an overwhelming majority of the album.
Dude. I think it was Remy Wolf, who I fucking love, and I hate to question any of her art. But I think it was, like, 5 or 6 fucking songs from, like, probably, like, 12-track album. I'm like, bro.
Damn.
Like, I don't want to listen to your whole fucking thing before it comes out.
Leave us a little bit to be surprised by. Eh?
Maybe I'll just stop listening to singles, period, and just wait.
That'd be crazy.
Speaking of singles, not to go against my boy, but I've been an MGK fan since he was only rapping. So that's the shit that I'm going to be drawn to from him. And he just dropped, like, a super poppy single, and I'm like...
Selling out.
Don't call him a sellout, bro. I swear to God. But low-key.
Oh, that wasn't even like a... I wasn't even like that. I was just saying going into the pop shit. I didn't even think about it that way.
It feels like an industry...
decision.
Thing. Because he just dropped, like, so many good, like, rap... or just, like, a really good rap freestyle. And so I've been so excited for the rap album because we haven't gotten one in years. And now he just comes out with a pop thing. I'm like, okay. Because also I hate when people have a favorite artist and they're so blinded by the fact that they love the person that they don't acknowledge when something's maybe not good or they don't like it. You know, when somebody who just, like, blindly supports it just because it's their favorite artist?
Yeah. Like,
I don't want to be
like
that
everything
person.
they put out. And I agree. I don't like being that person because I remember a couple years ago, like, my favorite artist at the time had dropped a single and it came out and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
I had no desire to listen to it. And, like, it grew on me in tolerability over the time, but I will never go and, like, play that song.
Yeah.
Out of the desire to hear that song.
But, like, you'll still be supportive. And I love when artists are dynamic and explore, like, different shit. Like, MGK is just, he's good at doing different genres. He just, like, knows different types of music. So I'm like, I'm still going to support it, but I'm going to like other shit that you do more.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be, like, quiet about that.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Because, dude, I mean, that's how I feel about Clairo's rap era.
Bitch.
God, I fucking love that song, bro.
God, bring Rappin' Clairo back.
Dude, for real. Did you see that picture of her in the car the other day?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude.
I don't follow her on, like, anything.
My Twitter timeline is just a whole bunch of Clairo stan accounts.
Clairo updates.
And tarot readings. Clairo and tarot.
Clairo and tarot. New pod name. Fuck,
yeah, dude, we're rebranding. Sorry. Emilio, work on a new logo right now.
Start cooking.
Scratch the 87 drafts that you've got.
Yeah. Start over, bitch.
But
I did listen to Bags the other day. That's one of my good, like, rainy day songs.
I think it was either today or yesterday is 6-year anniversary of that song dropping.
Wow.
Yeah. Timely listen.
Okay. I've never been, like, with Clairo and keeping up. I feel like I didn't even know Bags until, like,
She's been making
2 or 3
music
years
for, like,
ago.
a good amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But
We stand.
I just want her to keep making music. Because after Charm, so good, dude. So fucking good. So good. And I could listen.
I'm trying to think of other new music.
I so badly want her Tiny Desk concert. Because that would be so fucking good, dude.
That probably would be good. Oh, Reneé Rapp dropped a single. Haven't listened.
I saw. I was wondering about that. Dude,
I heard it
I
was
get
good.
so sick of this shit. All of your, like the day I snapped you or texted you about the Tate McRae album just, like, being on my Spotify, like, open.
Oh.
How the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
The same shit happened this morning with the Reneé single. I was like, I've never
Damn.
once listened to a Reneé Rapp song. Why would this be in my suggested music?
You hear that? These industries are paying Spotify to put it on people's shit. They're getting the shuffle, to discover new music. They're going to put their artists up there. Ugh, I'm just so... Like, every New Music Friday, I feel like Phineas, dude. Did you see him post about that?
No.
He's like, every song on New Music Friday is trash. He's like super vocal about like how much they all suck.
I never listen to
feel
New
that,
Music
bro.
Friday.
I don't as often anymore. I'm more on like the underground shit. I'm on this like new wave stuff you wouldn't even like, know about. So.
Wait, Addison Rae post something?
She dropped her album cover, guys. And it looks like a fucking Kelly Clarkson like early 2000s.
I do. Okay, somebody on Twitter was talking about the aesthetic of her album covers, and I do fuck with it. I can't lie.
She's like in that Madonna era, but also like I feel like a lot of artists are dipping into like 90s right now. Like the Kid Leroy's kind of doing 90s beat, like in sync type shit, which I live.
Interesting.
I feel like that's like coming back around. Like early 2000s, maybe more than 90s aesthetic. I feel like that's what she's giving.
Something I've realized I love lately is like 80s, 90s girl band punk.
Yo.
Fucks.
I'm trying to think of like a band.
I can show you some later.
Yeah. Put me on, brother.
I'll put you on. Some underground shit, though.
Yeah, it's some new shit. It's some next shit. Y'all wouldn't even know.
Wouldn't even know.
What are you listening to in your AirPods?
Some shit you ain't ever heard of.
Yeah.
Probably. It's actually a Dr. Seuss audiobook. They're easier for me than reading.
I should just have like YouTube like trap beats, like type beats playing and just freestyle in the club.
That'd be so funny, bro.
That would
You're just
be
over there like
great.
covering your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I can't let anybody record this because then they could take my bars before I can
Oh
post.
yeah, like when NFL coaches on the sideline go like this.
Yeah.
What the fuck they're talking about?
Yeah. I love when they do that with like the sheet because there's how many millions of cameras.
On the other side.
I'm like, dude, they can see.
Yeah.
They can fucking see.
Just wear a mask.
Yeah. All right.
All right, 64.
64 was lit. Thanks for joining us.
It's a good number too.
Hopefully, and I know I said this last time, we're cooking. Hopefully we have some fun stuff coming up this summer. So keep an eye out.
Inevitably.
Stay tuned.
Summertime.
And get some sunshine.
Aw. Get your vitamin D in. Touch grass.
Toodles.
Love you. Bye.